Oh. Oh. Hello, we live. We are live. Good morning. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Good morning to you. It is Coffee and Conversation.
Welcome to Coffee and Conversation on this special day.
Juneteenth. Celebrating freedom. What it means to be free.
Come on now. Freedom.
What you're doing with the freedom that you have been given.
What are you doing with the freedom we have? It.
But yes, honey. So yes. Remember, you are tuned in
to abolishing slaves. They was like, fighting for it.
Coffee and Conversation. We meet here every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. About 9-ish, but you know, it's Juneteenth. Today, I guess it's 9:30 to 10:30. We just
that part.
We're just getting in.
9:30 to 10:30
today.
Normally 9 to 10.
We were gonna be with our pop-up shop. I don't know if you guys saw our cute pop-up shop over the weekend. I have posted it. We're gonna be in a Bearwick area every Saturday morning. But we were going to be going down to NODA today for Juneteenth to set up and do a pop-up shop out there. But it's supposed to be raining all
like it's gonna rain
starting
today.
From about 11. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We're definitely, so we're gonna move it to on live. So I will be live with some items. I got some bags. Actually, I got two of them. I can show y'all two right here.
Some bags, honey. She got some pretty bags, y'all. They is so nice.
Here's one.
Look at that. Born to be real, okay? Not perfect.
So cute. And the cute thing about these bags is the weather. This is the best weather because these are beach bags or pool bags because it is waterproof. So it won't wet up your stuff when you take it to the beach.
I like that.
When you take it to the pool, because we're in pool season. These cute little bags are only $30. These cute little bags, okay? I got a Juneteenth sale today where all of the bags are $30. Now, when I go out to my pop-up shops, I normally sell these for $40 to $45, and they sell out every time. So I got some for $30 that I will be live today. And this one cute. This one is a little smaller. This one is also like I said, they have that little vinyl inside that stops your stuff from getting wet. But how cute is this?
Look at that. Come on now.
See that? And that's so adorable.
Good morning. What the hell?
So it's giving, honey. Attitude of gratitude. Okay.
And nice and sturdy with the zipper. They have the zipper. So your stuff won't get messed up. Mm-hmm. You could close your bag. Nobody can see what's in there.
Very cute.
Very cute. Sturdy zipper.
Oh,
look at that.
Random
two-tone. These are two-tone. Look at that blue.
So I have so many different colors. Yellows, peaches, and all different transfers on it. So
yes.
Most of these are the vinyl ones. That's why I'm gonna do them for $30. But they're super cute. And if you a person like me that likes to be able to pack up your stuff and keep it going, even if you throw an extra bag, so that you can keep all those essentials, especially in this weather, honey. An overnight bag, girl.
Oh yeah, that's.
I ain't coming back after tonight. I'm spending the night out.
Oh, she got that bag. He's like, oh, she got that bag. Oh, you ain't coming home.
Oh, you ain't coming home.
You spending the night out. Look at you. Ooh, that's a nice size bag too.
Yeah, they're perfect. I have. You know how many I got. Most of mine are bling though. So I'm gonna have some bling ones too.
Nice
some face over fear ones.
She got so many.
I have so many cute
nice ones with sayings, with pictures on it.
Yes.
Nice quality. Colors is nice and bright.
Yes.
So go with a lot of stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for the live today because you don't want to miss her bags. They are so nice. $30, can't beat that. Waterproof, good zipper. Nobody can see what you got going on. It's a nice size.
That part.
Good quality. So definitely, today is the day to support all Black businesses.
Oh, come on.
Not as if we should be doing that every day, but our dollars need to stay within us. They got money. We need to be supporting each other, especially being entrepreneurs out here, learning how to, take control, have a service or product, and get your money too.
Good morning, FL. If you're here, I know I saw you come and go. We'll see you.
Yeah, she came.
But yes, we gotta support. I mean, just things that we like. Shoot, buying it first. It's just something that you like, and you just know that when you're investing in me, I'm not an empire. I'm not an entity. It is a family business right now, right? So it's any dollar spent, honey, is sowing a seed into the dream, and I think that's what freedom is. The ability to dream, to actually go after what we want, to actually have the opportunities to be able to create legacies for our families. So, even honoring today as it being Juneteenth is recognizing that there was a time where all of our services and products and hard work other people gained off of our just everything that we did as a people, as a Black people, as a indigenous people, as an African American people, or whichever words y'all use to describe what hue we are, right? What color we are, right? And so when we talk about the whole idea of freedom, it is the idea to know that you are free to dream, that you are free to become, that you can have access. And we all know that right now we don't have equal access, even in the world that we built. Let's talk about it, even in the world that we built. And so the least we could do is support one another, right? And become the entity that we used to be before they took our freedom away from us and then gave it back to us when they saw fit, because they were done using us. I mean, I think one of the most hurtful things even about the part of us, actually, the time it took for all the states to unite and make sure that we are all free. The northern states got freer before the southern states. But at the end of the day, we are celebrating today, the 19th, as a day where everybody, it was abolished, slavery all over all of the states. And so it is very important that we, actually sit in this day and acknowledge, just what it cost for our ancestors to get to this point, what it must have felt like to not have the right to go where you want to go, to use the bathroom you wanted to use, to go through the front door when you were the entertainment of them all, where you were good enough to make them laugh, to keep them entertained, to help them rear their children, to sometimes take care of the man. And you see what I'm saying? All these different things that we were good enough to do, but not to have the freedom to create for ourselves, to not have the freedom to create our own lives and be able to function for our own selves, right? And so now we are at a time when it's hard, but it's nowhere near as hard as it used to be when our ancestors came before us, right? And so now sometimes we just forget just what it costs for you to have the right to just wake up one day and say, I quit my job. For you to have the right to just wake up one day and say, I'm going to start a business. For you to have the right to just say, I want to buy a home. These are all these things we had no access to. And so while it's still not free and equal for us, it is so much more further just to know that, in the right time, at the right place, given all the right paperwork, there are possibilities. And so it's like, So what Kia was just saying, we got to support each other in businesses, really, right? Because at the end of the day, CMB, we all we got. We all we got. And when we allow the freedom to free us of feeling like we compete with each other and not that we complete each other, I think we will stay stuck. So it's almost like, it's almost like the, that how they tell the story about the jar with the lid off. mindset that we got. That's why you got to renew your mind daily, because they taught us to separate and not to form, because they were picking the best out of the best and creating that envy and that thing where we stopped supporting and celebrating one another. We were picking out or wanting to see, well, what makes you so special, and why instead of just celebrating each other for whatever gifts that you have, whatever all the seeing the best in each other instead of trying to compete to be better
together
than that
to
person.
See what you have that's good about you that I don't have, that we can now collab and do the main thing that we're all trying to do.
Hey, Cornelius. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, y'all. Let's be renewed today. That part. And
it's crazy because I still think about this now, and I'm saying to myself, and I was like, it's amazing how everything is designed for us to always not win and be last. And it's like, even, in the entrepreneur world, like we could always have a reason why we don't spend with each other or pay the price that we would have for each other, because it's like, there's always going to be a competition. There's always going to be other things. And if you look at it, like the money we got to learn that it's so much more bigger than that. Like the money needs to stay within us, because we are the biggest consumers. We work hard for our money and we just give it right back to them. So when you look at Fashion Nova, when you look at Temu, I'm sure that Shein, there's places that you can buy stuff affordable and cheaper, but you have to find a reason why you need to support a Black business, because, okay, maybe it won't be $9.88. Maybe it won't be $5.88, right? Because they're doing this in mass production. So their materials and all of that stuff is cheaper. So you don't have that same benefit. And so you spend more money because I don't have the luxury, or I can't do what they're doing to have it, to give it to you for that cheap
price.
And for that price.
Come on, speak on that.
And so while it might be cheaper, but then it's like we're just giving the money right back to them, and they will find a way to get the money. So it's not like we doing Louis Vuitton or something. Okay, we're not doing that end, but we doing that end too, in the cheaper end. So either way we look at it, we giving the money right back to them some kind of way. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, I ain't spending that money, and I get it. We all consumers. Like, you got to make your money stretch to get what you need and get what you want. But then it's like, it's just, we got to find a way and some type of mindset to say, today, I'm supporting a Black business, and you find a Black business to support, because we have to rotate the dollars within us and help us support our families, right? They gonna support their families, and we always struggling trying to support ours. So it's just certain things to look at like that too, and it's just like, it's another way for that consumer dollar to go out right to them. Whether on the high end or the low end, they got it both ways. So it's just like no. I don't have the luxury of giving you something for $5.88. Like, where's the profit in that? Because my stuff is not $1.25. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, if it ain't a Shein, it's a Temu now. It's gonna be. It's so much.
There's so much stuff.
There's so much stuff out here, and it's like the little bit adds up. You spending a little bit, but like you was just telling me, it's a sale, Kia, but it's not a sale for you, because your sale, you're gonna wind up getting 5 things, and it's like now you still just ain't got no money. The sale is about one thing on sale, and it's like, it's just
good
crazy.
Morning, Nancy. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. But yes, so it's as like, you know, as you can tell, we are definitely talking about the gift of freedom and what it means to you. What does freedom look like to you? Like, how do you value freedom, right? Like, what do you do that allows you to feel free? Because sometimes, like we said, like I was trying to start by saying, is from all of the trauma and all of the different things that you enjoy, you know, it becomes a part of your being. And I said, sometimes what I realize is that even us as a people are feeling like the lid is on when it is off, right? Because your mind, that's why God says to renew your mind daily so that you can have the right attitude of gratitude in order to take advantage of the piece of freedom that you have, right? Because when you imagine the things that got done, like the Underground Railroad, and I'm not getting out my seat, and I'm going to boycott just for the opportunity for you to understand the value that we hold. Now, I even want to talk about the boycott. Everybody always talk about how, you know, Rosa Parks didn't get out to sea and, you know, and how it started the whole conversation. But most importantly, it was a commitment to you're going to respect me or else I will not serve you. So the reason wasn't because they arrested her and took her to jail. It was because nobody, not your cousin, not your sister, not your girl. Oh, girl, but you know what? I hear y'all, but I got to get this bus ride. Oh, I hear y'all, but you know, that ain't really they don't treat me like that, right? Oh, I hear y'all, but no. You don't get further when you think that because you're the token that you don't have a fight to go with somebody else. But there was a time when they understood the assignment. And so when you don't value me, then I don't sow into you. You know how many times I've seen conversations about people complaining about Gucci or complaining about a restaurant that didn't want to serve Black people, or they wanted to say how your clothes don't match and everybody else in this place is wearing the things that they trying to stop you from coming in for, and then you fight to get in that door, and then y'all fight to spend $2,000 and patronize them. That's the ignorance that we're talking about. Because if somebody in your same color hue gave you that same energy, you are talking about everybody and why you shouldn't go, don't support them, and da-da-da-da, but you will fight to get a seat at their table, right? And so I think that is really understanding that until we support each other like they did then, we're only going to get as far as they brought us, right? Because they understood that collaboration. They understood that unity was in the community. They understood that if one of us wasn't riding the bus, none of us was riding the bus. If one of us wasn't getting a Gucci shirt, none of us was getting a Gucci shirt, right? It wasn't because I can afford it and I can do it. You guys are examples. It's about how you're being treated, how this happened, what was done. And so you should have never seen another Black person in that restaurant ever. Because it was in the recent years, it was in time when we already saw all of that. But no, we go back to prove to them that we belong, right? And so I think that when we start seeing value in each other, then they will respect us for who we are. But we gotta start collaborating, and we gotta start understanding what true freedom is understanding that the lid is off on all of us. And so we don't have to be envious of each other. We don't gotta compete with each other. We don't gotta fight with each other. We need to be supporting each other. We need to be supporting each other's businesses. We need to be really like saying, if this is what I'm doing, I see you. I see you, and I'm wasting over here, there, and there. So I want to sow in to what you got going on. I want to be a part of that. I want to plant a seed, right? And so it's like there's so much further that we can go when we unify and we realize that real freedom is understanding that collaboration is the key. Real freedom is understanding that a united front is the only thing that gets results. So if you got just a small possession of people complaining, and the other half of the people like, oh, I'm good, then you miss out on what the story is all about, and it's about unity.
And that's the thing. See, it's like, it's so crazy to me because it's like, you know how we got
Cornelia, we were just singing our song the other day.
The Coach, and we got whatever name brands. I don't really know name brand names, but I'm just saying, it be so much money, and I'm like, you find you a Black designer there's some pricey black designers that's well worth that value.
Yeah.
And you spend that money wearing some black designer shit and make that the shit. Okay. So that everybody's spending their money with the black designer, wearing the black designer clothes. But no, we so label hoes. We is like label hoes for the wrong labels, giving our money to the wrong labels. Let them buy it. It's for them. Like, they don't want to see, they like, yeah, give us that money. Yeah. Find a black designer, a black label. Like, we gotta do better. Like, I'm just, like, the red bottoms, like, find a black designer that has shoes, the bag. We just so, it just sickens me. It just sickens me when I see it, as if that makes me be somebody. Because I got, these pants cost $1,000 or $2,500. That means you somebody like that. Like, stop. Yeah. It's like that means you're a certain status because you're wearing that label. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. And the people with the money, you don't even know that that's how much they clothes cost because they're not flashy with it unless you in there. Child, that just be killing me.
I mean, and I think that's just, and that's why
that's what it means that you got money because you wearing their stuff. That is the connection of the association of this is what it is. When all your life they don't give a freak about you. Yeah, yeah. In many cases, I even thought about y'all better get some. I choose me.
I even thought about when people say sow seeds into sow seeds into what you're doing. I said there was a time there was like I watched the youngest Kardashian sister. They are multi-billionaires. They are as a family. And when she launched her lip gloss line, she had all of her fans sow into her dream and raise millions of dollars. She was already established and people was okay giving to her cause, and she was already a multi-millionaire.
With people around her that's multi-millionaire.
Her whole family line.
Family and friends.
Multi-millionaires.
Money knows money. So she need her outside fans. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And she was willing, and the world, they were willing to invest in something that had already established. So imagine if we sow seeds like that, right? That the same 10% that you would give to church, the same 10% that you would give to somebody who's in need, the same 10% that you would give to somebody's dream, somebody's business, right? Those are the seeds that we talk about that create the foundation of growth. And so, like I said, there's no excuses. It's all about mindset, right? And so to be a part of something before it develops is what a good gardener does, what a good intentional person does. See, too many people want to jump on. Yeah, you want to sow the seed before the garden comes up.
That part.
Instead of seeing the garden up and you like, oh my God, can I get an apple? Can I get a pear? Expecting to be seen and to be given to when you never even gave out of your nothing. Right? Where you could have gave a $5, you could have got a $10, could have bought a $20, but you could have invested just because of what you saw, the support, right? Not because of anything more than I see you. I want to support you. I want to sow into whatever it is that you're doing. And I think that's the freedom of, yes.
What's the impact of the
girl? No, first year made $1 billion on makeup and lip gloss.
I see what you're doing, girl. Yeah, I'm going to support this lip gloss, girl. We going to impact the world, girl.
Oh, I was laughing because Cornelius was like...
He said he sung our song.
He said, I was just singing y'all good morning song the other day, LOL. And he said, and Nancy thought I was going crazy. He said, I was singing it to Kenny, LOL.
The dog.
She said, right. Oh, and then he said, right, all we need to do is stick together. We really do. We really do. And we got to stop hating on each other.
We all struggle.
We gotta,
with that at times. We do, but I mean,
and Author L is back. Hello,
welcome back,
welcome back.
Ciao.
But yeah, so when I was thinking about just Juneteenth and just what today represents is like, yeah, you know, and it's got a little bit of a energy of what the fight looks like, right? What it looks like to just let go, to be given the opportunity to actually be valued a little bit, right? Because I want to say a lot of it. Because even when you think about when they abolished slavery, they were taking the time for the government to be able to pay the slave owners. They say there's no value, or they don't have an idea of what to give us as the ancestors of the people who were enslaved in this world. But yet, when they was abolishing slavery, they was paying the slave owners to basically supplement what they were going to lose because they was abolishing slavery. Like, this is real facts. So now, because they understood the value of the labor, when they wanted to pay them, to say, listen,
what you're losing.
I'm sorry. Basically, you like it saying, I'm sorry, I'm about to take your free laborers, but we're not just going to take them from you, because we understand all the work and all the investment that you're about to lose from this free labor. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to give you money until you can be able to flow in a way that you can do it and make it without them doing all the work that they was doing in order for y'all to build empires. And so, like I said, until America pays back the debt that they owe to us, our kind, our people, there will always be a cloud over it. Life it's never gonna add up until y'all do right by us. Because y'all have paid everybody. But the people who really built this damn country. And that I don't see how people are sitting down and thinking that's okay if you're not us, right? Just looking back on the brands that y'all are sitting on, the legacy that y'all get to leave from generation to generation is on the backs of our ancestors, and we can't even get a damn loan to start a business. You understand what I'm saying?
All that money. Oh, Lord Jesus.
And so when you think about it, it is like, it can piss you off to live in a country that doesn't respect you, don't honor you, don't even understand the value that we got to be worried about our men getting, our black men, our young men growing up, them like, it's just ridiculous now. And I think that until more people start speaking out against the bull that we endure, it's going to continue to be a part of our story. And so, yeah, y'all finally, I mean, for years we were celebrating Christopher Columbus Day, and y'all finally made Juneteenth a ding holiday, right? And like I said, even with that, there was just problems with now it's become a national holiday, and now there's funding behind it. They are funding companies that don't even know what Juneteenth is, that basically are not black own, or they are not, they have no idea, and then they are literally creating movements and stuff with white people on the flyer for Juneteenth. And it's like, y'all didn't even go so far to do the homework of what the freak Juneteenth is. And that's okay, because all y'all have to do is say sorry. I mean, we're at a point where it's ridiculous now. And it starts with us. Like I said, until we start holding them accountable to our freedom and to the respect that they need to put on our name, because y'all ain't gave us our money yet, and that's whatever y'all doing. Y'all gonna pay all the way out. Trillions of dollars can go out to the war that ain't even ours. Y'all found money during the pandemic to give all this money away. Y'all found money for this, the IRS, like y'all find money for every freaking thing. And y'all telling us in all of these years, y'all don't got the money to pay our people for the world that y'all get to live on. Y'all gotta feel like that ain't right. It's not right. It's actually disgusting. The more I listen to the history and do the history and acknowledge the history.
Even considered nothing. It's just like human people. Like, we ain't even human people. Like, it's so freaking sickening.
And so
it's sickening.
It's got to be a call to action. Right, it got to be a call to commitment.
To renewing that mind. We gotta do better. We got the power. We just gotta band together. Like we was forced to band together to become slaves and on a plantation and work together and think together. We can do it. It's just that we're not doing it. And it's just, we're not doing anything for us collectively as a people.
Hold on. I'm back. What she said.
We so divided.
Did you see my comment on your page? What page? I got something to say. What page? What comment? Let me see.
On my page. Which? On my post for the entrepreneur, like, what do you do? I did. I got a comment on it. If that's what you're talking about. When I was asking what all entrepreneurs, what do they do and why they need it.
Let me see if I can invite.
But yeah, it was Father's Day yesterday and today is Juneteenth. So I'll be sure to make my comments on whoever did finish commenting on it. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
it's crazy. You know, and it's crazy in the way that it's just,
like every time you focus on it, it's just so stomach sickening for me. It's just sickening. It's like my stomach being flips and start hurting like sick.
That part.
When the more you get out of it and the more you understand out of it, really, it's just like it's freaking.
What the hell? I sent you a invite if it comes through to your messenger. But yeah, it's like, and so it's like we got to talk about until we unify as a people, though, we can't expect them to respect us as a people. And I think that's the homework that I said is up to us, because we do not come together and cause, like I said, every time something major shift, it wasn't the action, it was the reaction. It was what followed. So Rosa Parks didn't get up. They put her out, and then nobody took the bus. They walked for months. And when they took a hit financially, because that's what they speak money. Once they took a hit financially, that is the reason why they changed the seating on the bus. It wasn't because you was mad, because you've been marching, because y'all been marching till your feet fell off. They don't give a damn about your marching.
They trying to make you extend.
You know what I'm saying?
About that.
No, the point was that your money, those are resources.
Labor is money. So if you ain't providing free labor, they're going to have to kick out money to get that done. Whatever you're providing with the labor is, everything equates to money. So that's what I'm saying. Money is so powerful. So you keep giving your money when we need to keep the money with us. Like we the labor, we the minds, we the, like, oh my God. Yeah, it wasn't about, because they killing you left and right. They could give a damn about they don't want you here, really. Yeah. Because they ain't treating you like a human being. So they could care less about you. It's what they can get out of you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
and I think that was the major the difference between how they did and what we do, right? You'll see somebody complaining and you still gonna get online. You see them not treating you right and you still feel like you're the token one, and there is no token. You are all a part of the same human race. And they see us all the same. And so until we value each other in order to fight for each other, in order to hold people accountable, in order to be intentional, we will continue to be fighting against the grain, right? And so at the end of the day, irregardless of how anybody feels, the only thing that shifted the time frame and got us closer to freedom was when you stop providing financial support to the group of people who are taken from you.
Don't care about
imagine if you took your money and invested it into your people and stopped using excuses of why they're not good enough, or why they're not established enough, or why you want to support somebody else. Guess what's going to happen? We will continue to lose the value and credibility, because the value and credibility is seen. If one day everybody decide, ain't none of us going to work one day, could you imagine how much the economy would feel and how they would have to respect you? People only value you when they don't have access to you. You ever be in something like, all right, I'm gonna pull myself away for a minute. You gonna find out who I
missed my
right. You're like, oh girl, you annoying. You always here, but pull yourself away. No, not me. No, I'm just saying in general. No, seriously, right? Because in most situations, you pull yourself away because you don't think people value you. I just went on a vacation, so that's different, right? It wasn't like, oh, I ain't coming because I'm going to come every day, whether you want me to do it or not. Look, I'll be at Kia door like, yeah, you in here chilling? Get up, girl. I'm here. I'm
just laying down like a thing.
But yeah, so it's like we really got a value. We got author Lynette. She in the back. I'm gonna see when she gets situated. She look like she ready to come on. She give us a thumbs up. We're gonna bring her into the conversation. But I'm just saying, until we really, but you know, it's so much hateration within our own families, much less trying to get a whole group of people. That's what I'm saying. People got to work on themselves so that they can stop competing and start complete and support each other. They, oh, you do it, I did that too. I don't care. Do what you doing, right? Even if you go on you want plain chips, you can get Lay's, you get this, you could get Ruffles, you can get Great Value brand there. It doesn't matter. The question is, are you celebrating each other? Are you supporting each other? Are you doing for them what you're doing for them?
That part is like, it's about the
no, look, she ready. Look, she like, look, here she comes. Here on the L. She like, no.
Each other for me, honey. It's
you know what I'm saying? Like, so here we go, boo.
Yeah, it's just, so separated.
Hell no.
Can't hear her.
Okay.
Your volume on?
It's on. Can you hear me now?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yep. I can hear you.
Uh-huh.
Now
hell no. Hell no, Anna. Hell no. Okay. Let me back up real quick. Somebody made a comment about the Juneteenth, and it was I can't think of the lady's name. If I find it, I'll send it to you. Mm-hmm. And she was good until she made a point about the Republicans. So I'm gonna stop it there. But let me just say this: the views and opinions of El Michelle ain't got nothing to do with coffee and conversation. Okay, so if you want to have something to say to me, hit me in my inbox. Be glad because in other words, it'd be a dillagraph. Does it look like I get okay? Keep it moving. But anyway, I value your opinion. But it's sad that, you know, I'm not dismissing the Holocaust. I'm not anything that's dealing with the Native Americans. I'm not dismissing any of y'all's cultures. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the most cultures that they talk about, and they will always talk about, is the Holocaust, is the Native Americans. But when it comes down to us, we don't exist. Let's keep it real. Okay, because if we didn't exist, we wouldn't have the light, street light. The signal lights. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't have a cotton gin. Do I need to keep? That's one reason why they weren't. First of all, let's keep it real. That's one reason why they weren't.
Have open heart surgery.
Open heart surgery. Come on.
Listen.
Oh, that's the reason why. One, you don't want to talk about, Ron DeSantis. I said it. You know what you're doing. You don't want those folks to really know about the history. You don't want to know that pretty much everything that you're doing, everything that from the car to the lights to everything has something to do with our blood.
Mm. That it is the shoulders in which you stand. They make it seem like we're I love that you said that, Author L, because the idea is that when we speak about the shoulders on which we stand, we make it seem like it's us as a Black people. We sit on our ancestors, but the whole American, the United States of America, and of course the whole globe stands on the shoulders of our ancestors, not just us. Everything that y'all get to appreciate, the thing that created peace, the thing that created that took chaos out, was all founded, like you say, the traffic light, Garrick Morgan, right? At the end of the day, those traffic lights saved humanity, because it wasn't enough to say, you know what, we need a car, But now we have to have organized as everybody is traveling at the same space. We have to create rules and different things that's going to save lives, because that's what we do. We save lives as a people. And so when we talk about the shoulders that we stand on, it ain't just us. It is every people in the globe, in the world, stands on the shoulders of our people. And so for us to not be celebrated, we even watched the whole show where they brought back out the queen. They were about to lose the whole empire until they shipped in a black woman to have 15 kids so that your name could keep on going. And now we go into this where Meghan Markle can't even stay in the damn place in which we saved the whole damn empire. And that's why they want to show history the way they want to show history, where we're always losing, instead of showing the power story about how we, Madam C.J. Walker, and all the people who actually have implemented stuff. So you want to talk about what we did or what y'all took from us and all of that, but y'all not talking about the facts. And the fact of the matter is, has it not been for us to this day, we would have nothing to stand on.
And I think it's like this. Correct me if I'm wrong, and y'all two let me know. We ain't looking for a monetary thing, because y'all ain't got enough money for that. It's just about the respect and recognizing that we exist. And and for folks that's watching us, let me hip y'all to something. Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen Charlotte is black. When you go to the museum to see her, you go down straight to the back where the water fountain, where the bathroom is, you'll see her picture. Okay, moving on.
Down by the bathroom.
Oh yeah, you gotta go down where the water fountain is, the bathroom, the back. Her picture's at that back wall, unless they moved it up. So she's not white, y'all. She's black. Thank you. And if you want to continue, let's talk about
Duke of Mecklenburg was her black brother.
Oh, hello.
Mecklenburg County. The problem, and that's why they don't want to talk about the history, because then you will unfold what is owed to us. Right?
We don't look. I mean, it'd be nice to have money, but y'all will go bankrupt before you pay all of us and our ancestors and our generations. Just give us the respect, the acknowledgement, but it's up to us. So let me get to the last part.
Go bankrupt. Y'all going bankrupt for every damn body else.
When y'all mentioned if we stop working, didn't we already have it with the pandemic? Didn't the world stop?
Yeah.
Heck, the birds didn't even know how to fly. The air was so clean. They're like, do we fly or do we just sit here and breathe? Because the air has never been this clear. Do I need to go ahead and go there? Oh, and then for us,
yeah,
we invented the crabs in a barrel. They just changed the color of the crabs, because you definitely don't want to see us. Who are y'all two to talk, or me? Who are we to talk about how we talk and be punctuality and punctual and correct on our grammar and our speech and hold our cuss with our pinky? Who are we to sit here and talk about this? How dare they sit there and discuss topics? Really? So we just supposed to be yes, sir? Yes, master? Yes, ma'am? You want me to go do this, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole day and people in hell still want the ice water and they don't even get it, okay?
That part. And I think it's just really having the honest, hard conversations, because in reality, that's what it boils down to. It boils down to what the topic is, what are you doing with your freedom now, right? How are you making them see your value? See, that's the thing that we lack to show.
People don't know the value.
That we know to be facts that y'all not putting in books, right? Because I just said it was okay for us to celebrate Christopher Columbus all these years, because y'all decided to indoctrinate us into this lie, this storyline, because that's the America that we live in. The people that take from everybody, even their own, even the people that are here, to the point where that's why they hate the internet. That's why I say it's like God is the omnipresent. And I'm going to tell you why they hate the internet, because right now The people in other countries couldn't believe the way they treat Black people in America. It blew their mind because they didn't think there was homelessness in America. Not that that's a Black thing. They didn't think that they would treat us like that in America. They did not know because you only show them what you choose to show them. But when we got this thing where people got their phones and you were able to go live and show them real time, now people get to see that, oh no, they're not only a bully to everybody around, they don't even treat the people who built their damn country right.
Honey, let me tell you something. We was one lesson we learned from Tina Turner's death. She said she denounced that she was, even though she had family and stuff there, she went to Switzerland, was treated a lot better. Why you think a lot of the people go overseas and play ball? They treat them like celebrities. Don't think they're loving back.
They built their country.
Yeah, don't think that when they did Love and Basketball, when she said, I'm treated like a celebrity over here, they weren't lying. They may not get the whole full pay, but they get treated a whole lot of respect and a whole lot better over there, unless you get in trouble. That's a different story. But we have so many resources. We have so many avenues to be making money after money after money after money. But we still get stuck on that I don't believe in me mentality, or I don't know my worth mentality.
Yeah.
We should be having multiple streams of income. Y'all, let me explain something to you all. I know for me personally, because I've been through it and I've done it, you may love the business that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't let it stop there.
Yeah.
Don't let it stop there. We should be having multiple streams of income coming in. And nobody should be, but they do it. I shouldn't tell you, Kia, you should stop doing your boutique and doing this. This is what your love and your passion is. Pressure, who am I to tell you to stop giving your poetry? And this, when I see you talk, girl, you light up, you knock Kia out the way because your smile is so big. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We got a nasty habit that we've watched over the years, and it keeps growing. And again, who are they to think that they're gonna have a boutique and sell? Mm-hmm. Precious up there giving her poetry, and me up there giving a little bit of knowledge, of how to do it. I didn't stop any of y'all from doing things. I just said, what can you add?
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Adding. That's why I said that. We come
multiple.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Who? And I'm gonna go there again. Views and opinions are mine. Who are we to have a talk show? Who are we to get in front of the camera and look fabulous? Well, not Dave, but I'm just saying, just one of them Dave. I'm just saying, who are we?
Looking fabulous, giving your perspective.
But
that part.
I mean, I tell everybody the table is still big.
Mm-hmm.
The table has enough room for us to get it all.
That part.
You the one is missing out. Then watch me from behind. Watch my light. Put on some shades, because I'm gonna blind you with everything that I do, and I'm gonna make sure that I drop seeds. And that's part of the problem. We don't uplift each other. We want to hand out.
Yeah.
We lowering ourselves because I uplifted y'all too? Did I just lower myself? I did not. I encourage myself when I encourage you.
Come on now.
We don't take the time to celebrate.
Yeah.
I celebrate everybody's in the business. Now, if you're doing wrong, I'm gonna call you out. Mm-hmm. If you're deceiving folks, I'm gonna call you out.
But you know what I say now? Instead of call them out, just help them out. That's it. I ain't trying to call you out. I'm trying to help you out. Because because when I call you out, I feel a way. But when I help you out, I feel love. Because that's what guidance is all about. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of death, I shall feel no evil, for thou art with me. I always say that God himself will never come down. You will never have a story. He had to send his son, because he just will never touch the soil of this. This means that the only way that you're going to show up is in each other. That's why I say God is so powerful. He couldn't give all of him to one of us, So he gave a piece of him to each of us, and that's a God piece. That's that perfect peace. And so when I know that when I come with you, God is so powerful that it's a whole picture. And when everybody can stand in their birthright of the perfected part of themselves, that thing that makes you one of a kind, that God's fingerprint on it, that makes you different, that he sent you down here to do that will in the earth. That means that now when we all celebrate our differences and shine in who we are, then we become the big picture of God. Because whether you are the sun in the sky, like I say, or the dirt in the ground, if you are ever to put a puzzle together, one piece makes it incomplete. The beauty is missing from one piece when you look at an incomplete puzzle. And so when you recognize that you bringing somebody else's piece doesn't supply the need. And so I hate when people say, oh, I'm not perfect. No, you are perfect. You go through imperfect things, but because you are one of a kind and there's nothing to compare yourself to, that would make you without a doubt one of a kind. And that is why that perfect peace is necessary. And until we can celebrate each other and then say, okay, you got an inch that's off of me. Oh, I need that inch you got, because that's what that relay race is. So now we go further and further and further, because I know you ought to win now, baby. But oh my God, you have brought us this far. So now that you got this other skill set, because God gave you something different, it's like admiring the table. It first started from a man saying, oh, that tree, I could make a table. And then somebody said, well, that table, I could put a piece of glass in the middle. And then somebody else said, well, that design, I could make the legs bend. And then somebody else said, well, with that design, I could add chairs to it. Had it not been from the first thought, for you to relay another thought, for you to complete another thought, for you to complete another thought, we would not be here. Every one thought that came together becomes the message of God. And so we're waiting for him to show up. But he said, I sent my child. I always send my child. We are his children. And he said, greater works we would do than after Jesus came. Came me. So we are the evidence. We are the answer. We are the healing. And when we start to understand that and operate in that, there is a certain power in that I am that we speak about, because now we know our value. Once again, if you think about it, nobody ever steals trash. And they have made it seem like we have no value all this time. But that's not even a true statement, because if I went into my own house and somebody came to rob me, and I'd never go in and say, oh my God, they came in and took the trash but left the TV. They only take and use the things of value. So the fact that they use us that long means that they knew the value in us. The fact that they knew that when they were going to abolish slavery, that they had to pay the slave owners a certain percentage, means they knew our value. That there was never a time in the history, if you look at the evidence, not what they say, but what you see, because what you see will tell a whole nother story than what they say, right? Don't watch what I say. Look at what I do. And what I did showed you that I know your power. And as long as I can make you think that you have no power, then you stay inferior to us, and then we get to maneuver and play the game. And so the real gift is in being real free and realizing that there is no lid on you. But the problem is we stay with the lid on us. You see how hard that was for me to pull that off? That is a symbolism of how hard it is for you to change your mind. That's why the one commandment God said was to renew your mind daily. Because if you don't do that, you become a victim of circumstance. And he said, I didn't send you to go through trauma. I sent you to see it, so that you could become the solution, become the answer. Greater works we would do. And so it's now not allowing the lies to make you feel inferior so that you can just mope around like, oh, woe is me. No, he said, I gave you freedom. I gave you dominion. I gave you power. The question is, do you know what you have in this hour? And so being present is how we become the gift. And until we can celebrate that, can't nobody tell you nothing about you after God already done told you and showed you who you are. We don't get to blame nobody, but we can come together and create real plan, real sessions, real work ethic and worth, WORTH, work ethics that allow us to celebrate each other so that they can sit back and be like, wow, look what they do. They will have to respect us, but they will only respect us when we start respecting ourselves. It's like you. If you
Say
out
that
there,
one more time. Say that one more
and you
time.
like, oh, they not being respectful of me. Well, you gotta walk with respect, and they're gonna respect you. It starts with you.
Say that part. Say that first part one more time. They gotta do what?
Which part?
And then respect, and then I got to do what?
Respect you that yourself.
Some people have been I tell you, so many people have been knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, and I'm one too. I doubted myself, thinking that I couldn't, and allowed time to go by where I know I should be way further along. You know, but because hey, mama, but because I listened to other folks.
That part.
That's why I tell everybody when I ask everybody the question, who are your dream killers?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get it wrong. But the answer is at the end of the day, it's your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your your friends, your colleagues, your closest cousins, all that. But at the end of the day, when that junk went into here, it stopped. And it didn't come out. And when it stopped, we believed it. Because we heard it for so long. We heard it for so long. Instead of doing all these numbers.
Yeah. Rocking it.
But the Matrix on them lies.
That part.
Wow. You almost caught me with that.
But I'm dodging it like the Matrix, honey.
I got the right pill. I took the right
But then we were dodging ourselves.
That part. Yeah.
I tell everybody, I'm 55. I just started probably 46, doing what I love doing, but was always around it, but never saw myself.
That part.
To get away from, in order for me to hear God say, let me show you who Lynette is.
That part.
Or what she can do. I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and step out there. Instead of me being, because all the business I've been in since '89, a lot of my, I did nutritional products and some other different businesses, but a lot of my distributors had their own talk shows. So say, for instance, one of y'all go on vacation again, I fill in. I can jump in like it's nothing. And that's what I was doing. I was doing stuff for other people. Well, what about mine? I'm watching everybody else do. Well, what about me? I'm never a hater. Where my award at? Where's my recognition of community stuff at? Until I started doing it. Now I'm sitting there look at five collaboration books. You're gonna work on my solo project. And cover 2 magazines. Inside, layout, the whole 9 years. Little old me. What I do, I get up. Got a YouTube page. Show me talking in my
But you know what it boils down to? The service, right? You serve to be served. So it's actually.
But I didn't know my worth.
Yep.
I didn't know. I knew my worth, but I could. It's like I see myself doing stuff. And I see it being done. I got everything I need. I can see it. It's not that I'm afraid, but thank God. Excuse me. Thank God for my accountability partners. Thank God for my mentors.
Yes.
I keep telling everybody, it's important, y'all. This is what will keep you
complete.
This will complete you. It will sustain you. It will show you your worth. It will show you your value. It will show you how important you are. They will say stuff to you like, wait a minute. Okay, I did say that. Would you actually listen?
Yeah.
It's not one of them cocky. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I said, what? You did what? You listened? What?
And he will bring those people.
It's one of them. It's like a facelift thing. Like, you were sagging for so long, and now it's like. And it's not an attitude of an ego or one of them.
It's an attitude of gratitude.
There you go. I take that. I take that part.
Attitude of gratitude. That's what it is.
And it just lifts you up to where you know what I can do all. It makes that saying I can do all things. It makes it a lot more stronger to stand on.
Straighten up your back and give you some confidence about who you are.
Yeah.
What did Maya Angelou say? It's the
with the
way
curve,
I walk
and
the curve.
Phenomenal woman. That's me. But yeah, it is an attitude. It is an energy.
Oh, men, you are phenomenal too, men. Okay, men, you are phenomenal. Okay.
Yes, honey.
Okay.
We are all phenomenal.
Shout out to the dads. Yesterday was Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all the amazing men in the world.
Amazing.
All of them.
Dads, fathers.
Yes, honey.
Just, yeah.
Shout out to the ones who shout out to the ones who wasn't ready.
The families.
Let me just say a special shout out to the ones who wasn't ready at the time. And
shout out to sperm donors.
Pain that they didn't know how to come back to rectify what was missed. There are so many men that probably hold the burden of not feeling qualified or justified in the moment or the stress of what it required to get past this point. And then they left. And it was so hard because I've had conversations with the men that didn't know how to go back. And when we had those conversations and I understand and allow them to see the value in they're at an age where you have a phone and they have a phone and you can call them and you can speak to your child and you can actually commit to that and you take the shame off of what you didn't know. Go in with the apology of who you could have been and open up the door because every last son, every last daughter wants that father. They want that thing. They don't want anybody else to fill that void. They are waiting and willing to accept you right from where you are. And so I just challenge those men who got that shame on how they didn't show up. And so that moment might be somber because they wish they could have been more. And they can accept that a lot of it is in your CNA. And so what they didn't get, they didn't know how to do. And so seed can just drop, right? Because I could drop seed all day if that's just a part of my being. But nobody teaches you how to nurture, right? Remember, because men drop the seed, the women grow the seed. So let's be honest about our positioning, right? Because Adam was busy working, but he needed a companion and a woman, and then he needed legacy, and he had to come through her womb, man. And so he had the stamina to drop the seed. He was the supplier of the seed, but then we were the ones who were able to grow it, nurture it, and depending on how we got nurtured determines how we nurtured maybe the man that dropped the seed or even ourselves as we were growing the seed. And so I understand that it's all lessons that we turn into our blessings. So I definitely want to shout out to the men who was afraid, who couldn't do what they were supposed to do when they were supposed to do it. But I challenge you to take today, this moment, this area where you still have breath and seize that moment. Go back in time to free that child of the hold that you had, to say sorry. Sorry is enough. And after you say sorry, you do sorry, which means you call every day. You fill in the void of what you didn't know because you know better now. When you know better, as I think Oprah says, you do better. And so in knowing better and seeing who you could have been, I challenge you to go back. I challenge you to ask the hard questions. And I challenge you to fix what got broken unconsciously, because you and only you have the power to fix it. And that's to the men and to the woman, because just as many women walked away on kids too. We're not going to hold it just to the men. We're going to say there were some situations where the woman had these certain things that they weren't able to do or they weren't ready. So if you were a parent and God honored you in order to allow somebody to come through you, that means he thought enough of you. So please don't forget that even in your growing process, that you are enough. And if you start to say, you know what, I'm sorry, and ask for forgiveness from God first, and you go back, he will soften their heart to receive you, because all they ever wanted was you. So just be the you that they need. And so I challenge any man or any woman who have a hole in their children's soul, that you would go back and feel it, because it is only you can do that. Only you can do it.
And also want to recognize I don't know how to say this one, but the sperm bank donors, I want to recognize the dads there and everything, number 45 and 46. You are a dad too, and
help some very some very deserving women.
Without them, so.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, you and your 600 some children, but just know that there's some scholars that are out there, some
All the breeders in
entrepreneurs.
the world, thank you for making the world possible. You a breeder.
I'm just saying,
Shout out to the
populate.
breeders.
But on a real tip though, I thank God. I mean, I'm from a divorced family, and I knew it was coming. Rain coming your way, and
Oh, it's raining right now.
oh, it is. So it's coming my way.
Mm.
That's why I kept looking. I said, "What is that coming? It got dark back there. I gotta watch it because I was in a tornado back home in Maryland. I'm like, wait
Yeah,
a minute,
it's raining. It's a 30% chance my ass.
exactly." But, I think
Every bit of that dirt. Look. Oh no, I knew it felt too good outside for it to not
oh
be.
yeah, it was just too good. But I thank God for the type of situation that I was in because my parents were divorced parents, but it took a while for that to happen. But I lived with my grandmother, so I had like 7 adults, and my uncles and them stepped up. So when he didn't, they did. And when my original godfather died before he could be my godfather, my cousin stepped in and said, "I'll be your godfather." So it takes
Shout out to
real,
those men. Come on, now.
that's a real man.
The men that just nurtured and raised.
Listen, again, I say shout out to all the Josephs in the world. Because let's be real, Joseph wasn't nothing but the stepdaddy.
Correct.
Hello.
Correct. He wasn't
for all the men who came in to take up where maybe the man who left didn't understand the value. For all the men that right those wrongs because they knew what they wanted and so they became what they wanted. Shout out to them because that's what Joseph was. Come on, could you imagine if a woman came to you and been like, listen. Listen, I'm pregnant by the spirit of the anointed, and I need you to be my baby daddy. Can you cover me? Can you provide for me? Can you help me with this angel that God told me was coming to save the world? You know how Negroes would have looked at you, girl. Bye. You telling me that you ain't never did it, but you got a baby inside of you? Could you imagine the type of strength it required from that Joseph? So for the men who showed up,
that they knew wasn't theirs or just came into the
shout out to y'all,
raised kids, just being playing the role,
that part,
being in the role and doing it effortlessly.
That is the gift.
That's the gift.
That is the gift.
Yeah. And I just look at it like every day is a day. Actually, my godfather has dementia, but it was just talking to him. It's just it's still hard. And
we are upon the hour.
Yes, we are upon the hour. We need 3 cards, please.
We're gonna do a section out the book. Precious is gonna read it.
So for today, the word we got is guidance.
Guidance. I love it. Yes.
So whatever we're talking about what it means celebrating Juneteenth and the day when collectively we became free, right? It's different dates, but officially we got June 19th where it all was a universal law. Let's say that. And so, and the question was, what are we doing with our freedom? And I think this is perfect because that guidance, right? Yea, though I walk through the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for that are with me. And that is the guidance that we speak of. And so this word says, guide me in your truth and teach me, for you are God, my Savior. And my hopes is in you all day long. Psalms 25:5. Wise people can also listen and learn. Even they can find good advice in these words. Proverbs 1:5. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Proverbs 16:9. Those who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. Romans 8:14. God, how wonderful it is to follow you. I don't have to know where I am going or worry about leading my children on the wrong path. There is such freedom. Come on, let me say it again. There is such freedom in knowing that you know exactly where I need to go. And you will do everything necessary to get me there. Help me follow you willingly. Oh my God, you know a willing participant on the journey of freedom. Oh my God, help me follow you willingly, meaning that I ain't complaining. I'm just saying, right? That is willing, right? Because I'm a little scared, right? But I'm going to forget escaping and rise because I'm not going to allow this false evidence to appear real. I'm going to seize the moment, right? And so help me follow you willingly. So the children looking to me for direction will not miss you either. Now, wait a minute. Help me follow you willingly. So the children looking to me for direction will not miss you either. So you are the evidence. So until I can be free enough to know that as long as I'm following you, that I'm going exactly where I belong, then I won't be the evidence for the people that are looking to me for guidance. And so the last thing says, is there anything God can help guide you in today?
Come on now.
So, we got to ask God to guide us in collaboration.
Please.
To guide us in celebration. To guide us in collaborative efforts that definitely take us to new levels in Him, to guide us in the freedom to know that there is no lid. So there is nothing that you can't do, reach, or conquer when you choose you. And so that whole message of I choose me, hashtag no more excuses. I believe God gave me that message because at the end of the day, He said the second commandment is to love thy neighbor as you first love thyself. After you loved Him with all your heart, with all your might, the second thing was to love my neighbor as myself. And so I have to be willing to see my worthiness, my worth, my work ethic, right? Because I know that faith is freedom after insight to higher self. That means I have to get in action for my attraction. And so with God's guidance, because of our ancestors who did it when they wasn't free, who had loving relationships when they wasn't free, who gave birth to, took care of us and their owners' children while they wasn't free, who did it with such stride and such pride and such grace, who sat down when they wasn't celebrating, who walked miles when they wouldn't serve the bottom line. I want to shout out our ancestors who were so strong that they maintain the level of support for us to now celebrate a day where they say, we see you. We may not value you as we should, but because of the work of the people who came before you, who said, I will not allow you to treat me or who's to come through me like this. So I'm going to walk until I got blisters on my feet, until you recognize our spending power. And so if we want to really get them to see us, pay attention to your spending power. Stop throwing that money to every place that doesn't honor you, don't serve you, don't love you, don't see you, and start celebrating within yourselves so that you can build up empires that allow them to respect you because you made them, not because you asked them, but because you understood your worth. And so you set boundaries that complemented who you knew yourself to be. And so if I feel I'm this way, then my boundaries will relate to that. And that's how I will guide my life. And so with guidance, be willing to put up boundaries, even when you don't want to, because you understand the purpose of your movement, the purpose of your life, and the assignment that is attached to you. Remember, it is a relay race. They already passed it to you. What are you doing with the freedom you was given? Take it up a notch now. Now take it up a notch. That is up to us.
And use the baton for each other. How are we passing the baton?
Yes, Ms. The best to ever do it. Ancestors spoke. Speak. Come on now.
Come on, pass the baton. Come on.
And they put us
in. It's like you know what? Real quick. It's like the baton that we got is coming from my ancestors. Mm-hmm. So now we add on what we want to add onto the baton. Now we're passing on. Now they take it, add on their new stuff, and pass. And that's how it's just been a relay ever since. Somehow somebody dropped the baton. And one or two picked it back up.
passing
But you
it.
want to stay focused on the baton that was dropped, than the person that picked it back up and continued on the legacy.
Mm-hmm. And I love that you said
we
what
gotta
are we
do better
passing?
so we can understand what the heck are we passing? What are we passing to our legacy? What are we passing to what we're creating and populating on the earth? We gotta do better so that we can pass the right things to our. What is the baton that we're passing? If we don't come together and give these children, the kids that we're bringing into the earth, what are we passing? We can't even collaborate and build empires, and are we keeping struggle? Are we passing? What are we passing?
But I do. I love that you said that, because I do want to just want to put a point that that's the point. There are so many different races going on at the same time. Yes. There is an emotional race. There is a financial race. There is a love race, a married race. There is a saving our children race. There is a race for a mental health, right? Because remember I said mental health, and I'm about to do this class, and I'm telling you, I was going to blow your mind. You're going to have to sign up. But the word health is heal thy history. When God gave me mental health, I broke down the word health. And the first word in health is spelled Health. So it's heal. Heal comes first. Then there's a TH at the end. So it's heal. The T stands for thy and the H stands for history. God said to renew your mind daily. So mental health means to accept the things you cannot change in order to be the thing that you are assigned to, because he said greater works would do. If you were going to be the answer, then by God, there had to be a problem. And so maybe your problem was child molestation. Maybe your problem was abuse. Maybe your problem was abandonment. Maybe your problem was fear. Oh, I live in constant fear. I cannot celebrate. I don't know what your problem is, but whatever you did, come on now. So whatever that trauma is for you, whatever that is, that part, you gotta heal thy history. You gotta push it. You gotta push it. You gotta leave it with God. You gotta learn to not allow it to dictate who you are, because you remember whose you are. And I always say, the who may kill you, but the what will heal you. That is your wisdom hat. And so I know you've been through some things, but the race is for you to let them know that I've been running and I've been climbing and I got this far by grace. By grace. And I fell 1,000,000 times, but because God allows me to get back up, I get to be the evidence of what it looks like to get up from this and get up from that and get up from this. And if there was ever a group of people who can tell you how to get up, it would be us. And so that's the thing that we want to talk about.
Strong.
Come on now.
On the back of some strong ancestors.
Come on
Stop
now.
being so weak. Because we not a weak people. We don't have weak blood in our veins.
Your voice. Use your voice. Use your voice. Come on. That's the one thing they try to do is silence us.
Yeah.
They are so afraid of our voice. It's not the mere presence of our being.
Yeah.
It's what comes out of our mouth. They are so afraid, whether you're black, white, Indian, Hispanic. You are afraid of, especially a black woman. You are so afraid of what we're going to say. And sometimes we may be afraid of what we're going to say because we know we're going to give it to you. Yeah. Raw and uncut and unapologetic. Yeah. Whether it's in the boardroom, or if it's in the classroom, whether it's on the street, whether it's on a train, plane, automobile, in the grocery store, I don't care where it is. Y'all are so afraid of the black woman.
Come on now.
I'm not dismissing y'all men, but y'all are also afraid. Don't let it be an outspoken black woman. Oh, now you can't.
I will say the thing that I am learning in that, because I'm glad you said that, just to address that a little bit, is it is the energy, right? And so it is the challenge of tapping back into that femininity. Which is the challenge, because for so long you had to be strong, right? They were separated. You had to figure it out until he could come back. You had to figure out till they could be that. And so it became a part of the trauma. right? Because we were not made to be strong. We were made to be soft. We were made to nurture. We were made to grow. Do you understand the type of understanding and woman and zest it took to nurture something to that capacity, to love when you were being raped, to love when you were having to watch their kids and your kids was over there? Do you know what it required for a woman to stand up in that power? And so, yes, it may be hard to not be so strong. And that is another assignment that is put on us, to start to unpack all that pain so that we can regain the femininity roles that we was, that sweet, soft speaking, that love on overflow. And so I got to check myself even in my marriage, because I have a strong Black man, but there are so many things that I grew up seeing that made me so much stronger than I need to be, where it's so much hard to let that thing go. And so even as us being strong, we still got to find the strength to tap into the softer side of ourselves, because a strong man needs a soft woman. He needs somebody who can actually be like, I see you, honey, right? I celebrate you, and not on the overpowering, because that job has already been done. And so it's up to us to start to even call back in that softer side of ourselves, because we trust that we can leave the hard parts with God and we can take the easy parts with us, so that we can continue to lift up our men. So I would say that too, especially for myself, I have to operate daily at being conscious to not allowing the what the world gave me to hold on to when I go into my sanctuary with my king, because now I still have that thing on and I can uncover myself when you go into the sanctuary. So in your homes, remember to try to uncover yourself when you're in the house of, protect you and lead you and guide you.
Take care of. And it's like, let him do him, and you don't need to do all of that. This is where you don't need all of that. Like, and play your part. Like, and when,
and when I'm softer to my husband, God opens up doors, right? So I believe he does honor us, because it is a conscious decision, right? And so when he sees you consciously checking yourself in a moment, you get exponential results. And so in the moments when I could be like, you know what? Ooh, why, you know what? Why am I so strong? Let me sit down. Let me meditate. I mean, I had to meditate yesterday for a second, because I realized I said, let me sit down. Let me process. Let me get back to, let me let this go, because you can feel life swelling up in you in moments, because you have reminders of your health, your mental health, healing thy history. And so when I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to you through my history, and you've been through the same history as me. So sometimes I have to check myself, because the lesson is not for you. The lesson is for them. And so when I'm with you, I got to remember that for you, I can be weak because you protect me. And then when I'm out there, I may have to be strong because they don't respect me. You hear that? For you, I can be weak because you protect me. For them, I must be strong, right?
I'm trying to find a towel. I'm trying to find a towel to throw at you. Wait a minute.
Because they don't respect me. For them, I be strong because they don't respect you. For you, I be weak because you protect me. I'm going to write that down.
I'm loving that.
Yes. Come and so on now. I have to practice that. You protect me. They don't respect me. And so where I got protection, I don't need to command respect because it's given. And so I need to be able to understand who I need to be, when I need to be, and where I need to be. You ever heard there's a time and a place?
Time and a place.
So I have to learn that there's a time and a place for me to be strong, and there's a time and a place for me to be weak. And that's what makes us multidimensional, right? That's the feminine wow of a woman. And so sometimes we are holding on to the strength for far too long, where God said, in this place, you can be weak. In that place, you must be strong. And so until we can learn to put on the right hats for our roles and titles, we will miss what the unity is all about in the family, right? And so that's a work that I do and have to do. So I'm just saying, I've been married 21 years and still have to process that part because we forget because we live in the
Doing
world.
it universally,
Yes.
everywhere, at every moment, when you don't have to do it at every moment.
Yes.
It's also who you also around too. Because I tell folks, even though I'm a divorcee, I still tell folks, put yourself around some seasoned married folks. Don't mind telling you what it's really like. Not that you can get deep into their business, but they were like, look, there were times, we've been married 32 years. I can't tell you the time I want to bust them in the head, but I couldn't do it. But we had to talk. I mean, there were times I wanted to send her back, but I knew I couldn't. But there were times when I wanted to cut the light off. And everything. So I would tell folks, 5 years, no, but 7 to 8 years, and then go on up. Because everybody's still from 1 to 7 is still trying to figure out stuff. I mean, everybody's still figuring out along the way, but they got a little bit more season with them. They got a little bit more of a story to tell you. Yeah. And I tell folks, when I see them get married, remember now, stay to yourself, keep family out, friends out, and it's about y'all two. You two became as one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not over here and over here. No. You left home, you leave and cleave. And you became as one. Now work it out. And and I always tell folks, look, y'all, it's gonna be some hell of a night. Let me tell you something. It ain't all that white picket fence.
Right.
And all that. No, you're now trying to bring in communication, bring it in added.
It's a new baby. That's what I said. When God said a new thing was created, that means you got a baby. Your marriage is a baby that you're growing up. And
you got to walk it, you got to nurture it, you got to change it, you got to feed it, you got to cultivate it, you got to romance it.
Every 3 hours, in the beginning, you waking up every 3 hours, right? Right after they walk, and now you like, you got a house.
Oh, you fell down. Oh, baby, get back up, baby.
You got to house proof the marriage when they start becoming a toddler, because they can stick their finger in the outlet, or because they just don't know what you can't do. It's a new baby.
It's a new thing. It's hard work, y'all. It's hard.
They smell themselves old. They think they know better, but then they become adults and they be like, "Oh shoot, this what Bill's some respect for the upbringing." So I'm just saying, your marriage is a child that you are growing up. Your marriage is becoming a whole entity. And so it is a process. And so you gotta actually, I say spirit imitates life. So start looking at life. So what year in your marriage? And I can promise you that you can relate to the year of childhood of growing up. So you can look back and go over and be like, oh yeah, that was. When they be like, oh, the beginning is hard. Ain't it hard with the baby the first year? Did you have any clue what it would require for you to be up with that baby that first year? Did you
coming from a divorce, didn't have no clue.
My God.
Didn't have no clue. Cause see, and I would say, folks watching this, hey, you already know that it's real. I ain't lying. My mom's first set, some of them stayed because I had somebody that was married 54 years, and he was in. My aunt Gert, she passed, but he was running streets and she just accepted it. And when she finally decided enough was enough, she died 5 days after her divorce was going to be filed. She died of a heart attack in church. 54 years.
Wow.
I just put up with that generation. So a lot of us like, oh no, once you gone, you gone. Once you do your third, bye. Unless you want to change, but if not, scoot on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a pattern of, if you're going to break that generational curse. And I tell everybody that if they had a bad experience with their families, that's not the example that you're supposed to be. That's not what love is supposed to be. Yeah, they might love each other, but that's not the example of what marriage is supposed to be. So put yourself around some seasoned folks that don't mind telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Telling you that
and the truth is, for there to be no more side chicks, you got to be a freak. You got to be the hoe for your wife. For your husband. That's the truth. You too old. You got to take off the W and L, honey. You got to become a hoe for your husband, right?
Take off the W.
Yeah, right. Because he got a whole woman. Now he need a hoe because he made you a wife, right?
Hello.
So you take off the W. We already know you're worthy, and we're going to take off the L because I need you to do some things. And so I think the problem is people don't have the real conversation, which is why we started the marriage university, because you have to understand what's required to be in a. They didn't talk to us about the sex. They didn't talk to us, the women, about, oh, this was Nancy, this was Nancy, this was Nancy. Then you put you in a marriage and wonder why, well, you ain't freaky enough for him, right? Because nobody taught me the responsibilities of the wife for what that looks like, right? And so it's having those real conversations to say, not what you did, but the why. Why did this happen? What is missing? What can we do to improve? And I think people take stuff personal because you make it about you, and it's not about you. It's about what is needed. So what is needed, what is being done that you can't do that's causing it to be a lack, right? Because if I lack money, I get another job. If I lack understanding, if I feel like I want to date, I start a date night. If I lack love, I spend time to commit to that love. The question is, if there's something missing, how did you study to show yourself approved in that area so that you can get an A next time? See, the problem is we got a D, we got a C, we got a D, and we okay with that grade. And why are you okay with that grade when this is your marriage and it is an ongoing support system? So if you want to be bad, because let me tell you something, it's different areas. I need an A in five. Maybe your finances is an A, but your love life is a damn F. So you need to get your love life together. Maybe your love life is an A, but your finances are the damn mess. So then you need to work and study on your finances. The question is, what area in your marriage do you need to pay special attention? You might need a tutor, like you said. That means mentorship. That means other couple who have done that. That means you got to ask in order to receive. If you so tough that you can't say, you know what? I need help in this area, then guess what? You don't get help in that area. You only get the things that you work for, not what you hope for. You don't get what you hope for, you get what you work for. So when you saw there was a problem in your relationship, to make sure it never happens again. How committed are you to the till death do us part? What are you dying to of yourself in order to bring birth back into your marriage? That means you could die daily. Because if I'm renewing my mind daily, that means something is dying daily. That old idea must die for us to thrive tomorrow. So it's not about taking it personal. It's about taking it process. And when you commit to a baby, when the baby goes outside, when the teenager's in the streets and you love that baby, you go to get your baby. So if you love that marriage, guess what you do? You go to work for that marriage. If you telling me you need sex 4 times a week, then goddamn it, we gonna have sex 4 times a week. I need to know what I can do to make sure that I'm doing my part. And if I go to you and say, I need this, I expect you to do that. But guess what? You will when we are committed to giving and receiving, and that we understand that we are in it for each other. And so if I want that, I got to do that. I got to be what I want to see. It don't just happen for me. Come on now. I got to be what I want to see. It don't just happen for me. Until you do the work, don't expect to get the result. Don't compare yourself to what somebody else got unless you did what they did. So we are 21 years strong because we do the damn work every day. We have kids, 5 of them, and we do the work every day. Every day we got to wake up and commit to dying to ourselves in order to live for the dream of the legacy that God gave us. We honor what he gave us. So that means we do the work. I brought a pole to do the work. Okay? I bite my tongue. That's me doing the work. Me becoming humble is me doing the work. Me deciding to sit in the daggone bed and cry for 30 minutes is me doing the work so that I can release the idea that I have so that I can show up in my marriage. That's the work ethic. So I'm not saying it's easy, but I guarantee you that is worth it. And when you do the work as anything in any area of life, you will breed results. I'm tired of people complaining about what they don't got and they didn't do nothing. You don't get nothing if you don't do nothing.
You know not because you ask not.
Come on now. Look.
Oh, and everybody knows. Hey, look, everybody. The Courtney
comment. Miss Ashlyn says, fight that cognitive dishonest, and be open to be free, but smart and light. Come on, Miss Ashlyn. You got to make that marriage unbreakable. No cleanup woman. Work, trust, and love. And building legacy. Teamwork. Marriage is sacred. It's real with the right person you won.
That part.
That part right there.
Come on, Cornelius. Right.
Right.
Live today.
That part. That's all
That
we got.
part.
That's all we got. And so I'm just
Come
saying,
on.
we was here a little bit longer. But
The
I
thing-
just wanted to say I'm glad it went into this
That part.
direction because
yeah.
that's a major point. Because I think we need to make marriages great again.
That
Look,
part.
y'all, the same way you courted her is the same way you need to keep her. The same thing that she was doing or you were doing to her, y'all need to keep that going. That's what happens a lot of times. Just because you said I do, the courting part stops. No, it don't.
And
The
expand to the
same
women
way.
too, because we know them women be busting it
Women
wide
and
open, doing it in the movie
Put
theater, on
your
the top of the
in the
car, you
bed.
do it in the back seat on the highway.
Dating.
You dating, you doing the most, and you get married, and all of a sudden you like, wait a minute, nobody's doing all that. But he was like, wait,
That's what made me.
I married you because you were my favorite girlfriend. That's what I have a
You
saying.
was the best
That
one out of
he
all.
married his
I
favorite
chose
girlfriend.
you, honey.
So now you like now you a wife? No, girl, I need that hoe back. Cause men,
Cause I'ma go
Oh,
find her
super.
then.
A lady in the street in a freaking
Find
seat.
right?
me
They
was,
said
'cause I
I need-
thought I found you. But you acting all sanctified now, like you got a ring, and it's like, what happened?
oh
to
now
you?
you a wife. I don't want a wife.
Hey, look. A
I
la-
always say, oh, that's why he go get a girlfriend. He said, oh, wait a minute, I don't want a wife. I thought I was marrying my girlfriend. Instead, I got a wife. I don't want a wife. I want a
and
girl.
ain't nothing wrong, and there ain't nothing wrong with saying my girlfriend, my boyfriend. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's who it is. That's who you're dating.
I'm just saying, just because you are a wife
You.
doesn't mean you ever stop being a girlfriend. That means you added a title to you.
I'm that special girl.
Right? So I was a girlfriend and now I grow
Forever
into a
girlfriend.
wife. That means I'm always your girlfriend.
Forever.
Because I
girl.
was a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets. Okay.
That part. And they just
Let's
listen,
talk.
the universal message of the men is they want a girlfriend.
Hello. And ladies, you know you want that boyfriend.
Ooh, Lord.
Good Lord. Go ahead, Cornelius.
Come on now, let us
Come
know.
on, Cornelius. He said the closest Bible verse to the phrase live today and rejoice tomorrow that I can think of is probably Proverbs 27:1, which says, do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring.
My God.
This verse reminds us to live in the present moment and not to focus too much on what lies ahead.
That part, man,
part right there.
that's a word. You know why that's a word, Cornelius? Because at the end of the day, you can't say that tomorrow is not promised and you worried about it.
Right.
That means which one is it? Are you grateful for today and doing everything you could do in your power for the day you've been given because you know that there's no guarantee that you wake up tomorrow? There's a double-sided mindset on that because you worried about tomorrow, but you don't know if you're even gonna wake up today for tomorrow. So it's about celebrating the now, right? What is now? No other warrior. I keep on saying, y'all better get what the F is your mustard seed because it is a tool to keep you in the right position at all times, right? Because all of those different phrases are in here. Every poem for every moment for you to recognize that until you get your F right, you and I'm see that F stands for freedom. Because to have faith is to have freedom. The one thing that our ancestor was faithful because what did they do? They had the freedom after insight to higher self. They decided that even in these conditions, my faith lets me know where I want to be. And so I'm going to walk to that. And I mean, literally, they walked for months because they didn't give them a ride on the bus. That's what their faith looks like. It was a step by step. It was a mission, right? And so to be able to be faithful to walk into your destiny is what it's all about. So I love that you said that, Mr. King Cole. We appreciate that. Appreciate that. So we should always rejoice in the moment. Live today and rejoice tomorrow. That part. Say thank you. Thank you for what tomorrow brings, right? Because that's what it all, in other words, we should be rejoicing every single day. Like it's our tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. There is no better way to end that. Thank you, Cornelia. That's perfect. That is perfect. Let's see what our I am cards for the day is, because I think we spoke a whole lot today. We spoke about the marriages and what the power is in that. We spoke about our ancestors and the freedom that we got because of them. And now we are speaking about our I ams, whatever God wants us to know. He gave us guidance, which means that just ask. In order to get guidance, all you have to do is ask. And the word says, ask, and ye shall receive. Period. Do you understand? So if you want to get what you want, then you got to ask. And then you have to have the freedom after insight to higher self. That's your faith in order to walk into the direction of your freedom.
The answer is yes. Now go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Require you to do the work to go get it.
Yes, honey. So remember, your F is your faith. If you want it to be your fear, it's because you got that new way to fear, which is forget, escaping, and rise, because your freedom is at stake. And you're as free as your mind allows you to be. It has nothing to do with your body, because your mind shall always guide you to who and what you are supposed to be. So free your mind. They said the rest will follow.
Now go get y'all.
Free your mind. The rest will follow. Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow. But yes, let's get these IN cards. Ready? We got you one, boo-boo. This your middle one. 1, 2, 3. I am light. I am genuine.
Hey.
And I am optimistic.
Oh, that damn optimistic.
All right, I'm going to jump off so I can screenshot. Love you guys.
Wow.
I know it was out. So now you got, I am genuine. So she's genuine.
Come on now.
And I'm optimistic, and I am light. And y'all know I love light. White is my favorite phrase of all time. What it means to be the light, to show up in that God piece. And you see how all of them go together?
Come on now.
See, in order to be optimistic, you got to realize that you are genuinely the light. That God made no mistakes. In order to be optimistic about what it looks like and what it becomes, you have to be genuine in knowing that you are the light. You are genuinely created to be a light. And as I say, you got to stay lit. It's a chandelier affair. And that reason why I love the chandelier affair,
shine the light on
that part, is because it is the one thing that the more lights, the more beauty it holds. So we don't compete. Remember, we complete, because the beauty is in when the lights come together. They make an even more beautiful, crystal looking experience.
Come on now.
And so your light is bright. But my God, when God says, when I put a bunch of lights in a group, where there is light, darkness cannot it cannot coexist. The minute the sun come up, night is over. Morning has arisen.
We all gotta come together to shine our light so bright that they ain't got no choice but to respect it.
They ain't got no choice.
Respect us.
Can't see it. Can't see. Oh, she trying to take the picture of it. You see it? Okay, you got it now? I think you got it now. 1, 2, 3, go. She got it.
So yes, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. She said, hold it again. Thank you, Miss Aslan. It was a pleasure having you on today. I'm so glad you stayed the time frame to keep the conversation. We appreciate it.
Thanks for your comments.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in with us for Coffee and Conversations this morning.
Thank you for receiving our rants. Thank you for receiving our rants.
You said that light have them running like roaches. You better believe it, honey.
Good God Almighty. Now, I like that one. I like that one. Is that part? Is all we got to start saying it. That's funny. Show up and they be running like roaches.
Running like roaches. Yes.
Great conversation.
Thank you, Author Michelle, for coming
thank you for joining us
and joining us on our topic today.
Because I know them Twitter fingers wasn't moving fast enough for you to say what you came to say.
That part.
So.
Cornelius, thank you for your engagement.
Oh my God, great engagement.
Great as always. We love you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. And for everybody who has come in and gone out and who's going to watch the replay.
The 6 people, the 8 people, the
10 people. Yeah. In and out.
Y'all.
We appreciate y'all being a part of Coffee and Conversation. Remember, it is a relay race. And someone is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete. Oh, no. We complete. And the difference between them 2 words is an L, because L stands for love, and love grows everything. So remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, that's the measurement of response in which you can bring, right? The measurement of response in which you can bring. That is a one-of-a-kind thing. So that's why it's your responsibility. Is your ability to respond at the measurement that is you. The question is, who am I? What does that look like? What did God give me? What pain did I endure that I can allow somebody the freedom to get past the places by guiding them willingly, to support them in the journey to going where I have gone? Today is always now. Now is always today, because there is no other warrior like you. And so remember to let go, love every trial, and get over, because you get, grace expects testimonies. You get to be the evidence. So don't say thank you to your ancestors. Do thank you for your ancestors.
Be the
thank you for your ancestors. Show up in the freedom that they had to fight for so that you can have the right to make your legacy count. So I don't care what dream is on your heart. It's the soul doctor here. That means I'm the dream revitalizer. I want to remind you that you came on assignment. And I know that you've been through trauma. I know that you've gone through pain. I know that you have experienced lack. But God said that I have pre-qualified you in your area of expertise. So if you can get past the pain and deal with that mental health by healing thy history, I promise you, greater days will come, because you are a willing participant in the journey of making the will of heaven be here in the earth. God said you to be the difference. The questions are, have you added up the change? Make the difference today, because as Queen Ashland said, I hope we saying your name right, when the lights come on, the roaches will disappear. So God said, will there be light? And so where there is light, no darkness can exist. So the reason why the world seems so dark, because enough of us aren't lit. So let's band together and become the chandelier of fear that God intended us to be. Because without you, there is no us. Because you showed up, we get to be. And so please show up in the freedom of what your ancestor gave you. Let's celebrate this Juneteenth by asking ourselves, what can I do to be the difference for somebody tomorrow? It is a relay race, and they are waiting on you. We love you, love you, love you. Yes, remember, we shall see you back here on Wednesday. 9 o'clock. We'll be here on time. It's not a holiday. We'll be here on time at 9 a.m. to keep the coffee and conversations going. You'll see us later, because we will be live.
We going live.
It's raining, but no weapons formed. So we
got
will
the
be
internet,
live.
so we won't be outside on the location, but we will be later online to do bags, shoes,
so you can see we got some bags.
Support. This is what we're
Cute
talking
little
about.
bags.
It's Juneteenth. Let's keep the money going within our communities, within each other, as business owners.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Hello,
y'all.
Queen Key.
Hey, Key, there go my hairstylist. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Queen.
Thanks
We
for
love y'all too.
joining.
We love
You too, Nancy.
Remember, you
Yes,
are.
that's what keeps me fly,
She
y'all.
keeps
When I
you
be
fly.
out on Tuesdays, that's
Honey,
who I'm
and you
going
know
to
she-
see.
Listen, Queen Key. You be unlocking her. Girl, you be unlocking her, Key. You be unlocking her, Queen Key. Let me tell you.
Honey.
She be coming in here mastering the room with this doobie boobie. With this doobie boobie. So celebrate to all the hairstyles in the world. You know y'all make us great.
Yes, boo. You
I am
cold
one
with it.
myself.
You cold.
I'm the lock hairstylist. I do locks, right? So I get with the key, boo, because I lock them up. But anyway, we love you guys. We'll see you guys on Wednesday and definitely later today if you tune in for the live boutique shopping.
Definitely.
Once again, you're tuned into Coffee and Conversations. And don't forget to wake up and make today count. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day.
Yes,
Mwah, we love you.
Guys and dads and fathers out there.
Yes,
we love
honey.
you guys. Y'all are amazing. We value you. We appreciate you. Enjoy your day.
So remember, I choose me. # no more excuses because you were born enough. So love grows everything. So love yourself first. We'll see you Wednesday. Have a great Juneteenth. And don't forget, y'all free now, y'all. What you gonna do with your freedom?
What you doing with this freedom?
What you gonna do with your freedom?
Find a black business to support
today and every day after. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.